Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I think this video is going to be a November TBR video, so I haven't actually fully decided what I want to read in November, but November is fast approaching, which is scaring me. I do anticipate I will start slowing down now with the reading, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to let my TBR jar pick my TBR. We'll see how this goes, because I've just tried to do this as recording this to pick out my next October because I've read all my October hopefuls. However, I picked out one more comment. No, I don't want to read that, but that's in the current moment. So I'm going to set myself a challenge of trying to tackle my TBR in November. So come along with me and let's see what books I'm going to be picking up in November. Guys, we have the trusted jar. If you can hear the grumbling, I'm so sorry, that's my stomach. But yeah, this is my November TBR jar. So let's get into recording. If you can hear my stomach, I'm so sorry. So yeah, let's pick out the first book. I'm gonna let you read it first. Ooh, Trust Me by T.M Logan. I can reach that to tell you what it's about, she says. So Trust Me by T.M Logan is the first pick for November. Ellen was just trying to help a stranger, giving a few minutes respite to a flustered young mother sitting opposite her on the train. A few minutes holding her baby while the woman makes an urgent call. 5 minutes past 10. As the train pulls into a station, Ellen is stunned to see the woman step off the train and rush away down the platform, leaving her baby behind. Then she discovers a note. Please protect me. I don't trust the police. Don't trust anyone. What would you do? Now this seems like I might enjoy this. So this is going to be not necessarily the first. I won't be reading these in order that I pick them out of my jar. But this is the first book I've picked for November. So yeah, we'll have to see how that one goes. Next one now. I'm going to read this one first. Oh, The Mother by T.M Logan, I've already read. So I picked just random ones another month, so that helps. Oh, they're all flying out the jar. Okay. Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver. Let me just get that out of my bookcase because it is on the bottom shelf. But yeah, we've got our first romance of the month. So Wild Eyes is book 2 in the Rose Hill series. As a chart-topping country singer with a recent streak of bad press, it's hard for Skylar Stone to find any peace, but she finds it in Rose Hill, with a little boy and a little girl who will steal her heart just as thoroughly as their dad. Weston Belmont is a shameless flirt. He uses confidence and masculinity in a way that is downright distracting, and in bed he's addictive. Everything with him is wild and impulsive, and Skylar is desperate to regain some control. Ooh. I'm intrigued. I enjoyed the first in the series and I enjoyed Elsie Silver's writing, and I am aware she's got a new series coming out in 2026, so I kind of want to get this finished. I know they're very summery vibes, but I feel like it might be quite nice just to forget about the awful weather outside, so I'm definitely looking forward to picking up this one. Next one. Oh god, there's like 3 in here. There we go. Betting on You by Lynn Painter I'm going to put back in purely because I'm going to buddy read that, and I don't think I'm going to have time to do a buddy read in November with Amelia. Okay, I'm not sure how I feel about this, but we're going to go with it. Skin Deep by Liz Nugent. Let me grab it. So, Skin Deep. Delilah O'Flaherty is a wild, remote and dangerous as her island home off the west coast of Ireland. Her adoring father tells her that one day she will be the queen. However, tragedy leaves Delia alone in the world to make her way, relying on her wits and her rare beauty. But Delilah's beauty is deceptive, as anyone who cares about her eventually finds out. What is the truth behind Delilah's tragic past, and what happens when a face from the past turns up on her doorstep? Now, Liz Nugent's work is very much a hit and miss for me, so I'm going to see how we go. I love the characters, but some of these haven't been as gripping as Strange Sally Diamond was, so I'm hoping that this one gives me a bit more promise, but we're going to see, aren't we? Right, I'm going to do 2 more from the TBR jar, and then I have some already like pre-booked in. Ooh, The Dilemma. Have I read The Dilemma? I don't think I have actually. I think this is one of my 10 before the end, so that works well. So The Dilemma by B.A Paris. This is actually the last one I own of B.A Paris to read, but I think there's one more besides. It's Livia's 40th birthday and her husband Adam is throwing her a party of a lifetime. Everyone she loves will be there except their daughter, who's studying abroad. But Livia is secretly glad she won't be there. She has recently uncovered a secret about their daughter which, if revealed, will shake their family to its core. Meanwhile, Adam has his own surprise for his wife. He's arranged for Marnie to fly back for the party, but during the day he hears some terrible news. He now too is faced with a dilemma. Again, B.A Paris's can be hit and miss. The chapters can be long, they do look very long, but we're going to go with it. I really enjoy B.A Paris, so definitely excited to give this one a go. Last one from the TBR jar now. I've already got a Liz Nugent, so I'm going to put that one back in. I don't like to read two of the same author in a month. Behind Closed Doors I've read. This is going well, guys. I should probably check this jar because I have been reading on a whim. Okay, we've got The House We Grew Up In by Lisa Jewell. Where is that in my stack? Right, bear with me, it's at the bottom of the stack, so I'm just going to get it out. I've just got the book out, my TBR jar things come out, but that's fine. So The House We Grew Up In, I haven't read a Lisa Jewell in a hot minute, and I think this was 99p in October, so I've probably got it on my Kindle as well, which is helpful. Imagine a picture book cottage in a village, a family in a sun-drenched kitchen filled with love and laughter. Picture an Easter weekend when tragedy strikes, so unexpected, so devastating that no one can talk about it. The years pass, the children become adults. Gradually they lose touch as the secret between them tears them apart. Then something happens that calls them back to the house they grew up in and to what really happened. Ooh. So Lisa Jewell, again, is an author I haven't read for a while but really enjoy, so I'm super excited to get into this one. But yeah, that's an interesting pick for the TBR. I think what we'll do now, guys, is we'll talk about some of the books I intend to read, which includes I need to look into audiobooks, and I also have a buddy read lined up too. So I have started doing a thing over on TikTok where I do a buddy read with the community over there, and I asked for suggestions in October, and I have opted to pick Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson. Now, I haven't read anything on this, but I have all the Holly Jacksons. I also have all their special editions, which you can't actually see unless I do that, all up on the top shelf there, look. So what I want to do is pick up that. I need to set up the buddy read and I need to announce it before this goes out. But I've got time. So that is the plan, is we're going to read Not Quite Dead Yet. So that is on my TBR. Like I said, I don't know anything about it, but it is Holly Jackson's first adult thriller. I've heard mixed reviews. I've heard it still reads YA, which is fine if it does for me because I really enjoy her YA thrillers. I think they're really good palate cleansers from the likes of Chris Carter and John Mars. So I'm super excited to see how she's done with her debut adult novel. But yeah, watch this space. Now, the last book I'm going to talk about that's definitely on my November TBR is Divine Rivals. Now, the only reason I'm adding this to my TBR is it has been on my physical TBR for so long and I haven't felt like I wanted to pick up a fantasy, but I have been enjoying them in audio. And Divine Rivals is actually available on BookBeats. So the plan is to pick up that. Like I said, I do own it physically. I've heard really good things about the audio and the physical, so it may be that I flick. I tend to just go with the mood. But yeah, that's super exciting for me to just even think about. I've heard really good things. I don't actually know anything about it, but I do know there is like a second in the series, but I only own the first. So my plan is to only read the first, but I said that about the Powerless trilogy and I've ended up wanting to read the next one in the series. But yeah, that's all I can say on that one because I haven't read anything into it, but I do know it will be on my November TBR. Lastly, I just want to talk a bit about other things that I'm thinking about in November. So as always, I will be continuing on with my library series where I read a book from the library that is by an author that is not known or like book talk hyped. This is me working on a video that I want to bring you guys on, like trying to find books that I really like enjoy that are not hyped and deserve more hype, basically. So that is what I'm currently working on. So I will be going on a trip to the library, but I won't be doing that until November or until I finish the two in October. October so far is not going well for me in terms of the library pick, so I'm hoping November is a better month, but I just sort of want to give a nod to that. And obviously I will probably end up picking up other books. I don't want to like restrict myself too much that these are the ones I read because I do mood read sometimes. The other one I haven't actually mentioned and which I probably will pick up actually is a Chris Carter. So I might just do a separate little snip on that one, but he's not coming out of my TBR jar for a reason. But yeah, let me talk about that in the next video. Okay, I completely forgot. This is definitely going on my TBR because I will read it. I am reading them at a rapid pace at the moment, and that is I Am Death by Chris Carter. This is book 7 in the series, and I read An Evil Mind in October, which the rating will come for next week, but oh my goodness, to this book and this series, I'm so excited. 7 days after being abducted, the body of a 20-year-old woman is found on a green patch of grass by the Los Angeles airport. She's been placed in a 5-point human star, and the killer has left a message for the police. Detective Robert Hunter, who leads the Special Section Ultraviolet Unit, is assigned to the case. Almost immediately, a second body turns up, and Hunter knows he has to be quick. I'm intrigued. I love anything about Chris Carter. This seems to be one of his thinner ones as well. Yeah, it's only 350 pages. His are headed towards like 500. I'm so excited I can't get my words out. So yeah, Chris Carter is becoming a must read for me every month. I am obsessed with his books. I'm obsessed with his series. They're so dark and so easy to read that, yeah, I'm just excited to get into it. So I think in order not to restrict myself, I'm going to call that a wrap on my November TBR. I don't want to like overdo it. I think it depends sometimes how my month goes. I'm going to be at work full time in November, so I might not read as much. And I mean, I was at work full time in October, but yeah, I might be getting extremely tired by this point. There's a lot going on in November for me, and I do want to take it nice and slow. So I'm going to leave it there. Obviously, my wrap up will come at the end of November with any extra books I added to it. But let me know, guys, what are you going to be reading in November? Because I'm nosy and I want to know. I want all the recommendations. And as always, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, and I will catch you all on the next video.